Yeah, thank you, Dennis, and good evening, everyone. That's a long time ago. It was a game between the Rangers and the Bruins at Madison Square Garden. And I was the starting goaltender that night for the Rangers, and a little miserable because I had lost personally 3 straight games, and hoping to finally get off the schneid and get a win. So we were playing the Bruins, and it was one nasty game. They had some big guys, really big, nasty guys. LC Cord and just a whole bunch of them. And we hung in there. It was 3-3 going into the third, and we lost 4-3. At the very end of the game, towards the last few seconds of it, we were down in their zone. I remember like it was yesterday, and Anders Hedberg came in and snapped the top corner shot, and Jerry Cheevers made the glove save, and the siren went at the end of the period. We lost 4-3. So, not happy. Not happy at all. And in Madison Square Garden, you don't go off to your locker room behind the bench. You go to center ice, and the home team, that was us, we go off there. Boston would go to the Zamboni corner and go off there, and they're celebrating. Our guys are dejected. I'm skating towards center ice to get off. And I look up, and Ulf Nilsson, one of our players, was skating back from their net. He was a centerman that had passed the puck to Anders Hedberg. And LC Cord just leveled him. A forearm shiver knocked him right on his can, and I snapped just because I was upset. I saw my teammate get it, so I started chasing after LC Cord, and thank God I didn't catch him. But our whole team turns. Their team's on the ice. Now we got 40 players down at their end of the ice, and we start going. Everybody's shoving. They're trying to get at each other. They're throwing punches. Ronnie, just like you used to. They're throwing them. Archie, even better than you used to. And so we're just going. And all of a sudden I see the whole 40 players all shift over to the glass, right near the Zamboni entrance. And the glass there wasn't very high back in the 70s. And one of the Rangers fans reached down and grabbed Stan Jonathan's stick. And he was tough. He pulled the stick out of the fan's hands and went whack right over the top of the guy's head. Boom, down he goes. Now all the Bruins are there, the Rangers shift out. Now it's the Ranger fans, and it's the Bruins going after each other. And after they go, now it's into the stands. And if you could go home and you Google it, you'll see Mike Milbury for the Bruins, about 4 or 5 rows in, going after a fan, and he pulls the guy's shoe off and starts smacking him over the head with his own shoe. And I'm going to myself, oh, this isn't going to end very well for anybody here. This is going to be a nasty one. So we got separated, went off, and everybody was pretty upset in the locker room and all that stuff. And some people got fined. I think the referee, Medill, if I remember his name, I think he got fired. There was all kinds of things that happened. So I've always told that story that it was Al Secord who suckered with a forearm shiver to Ulfie Nilsson, knocked him on his ass. And I had to do what I did. So move forward about 20 years, my wife and I, Diana, were in Sweden having dinner with Anders Hedberg, Ulf Nilsson, and their wives. And we get into the wine and all that. And finally, Ulfie says, you know, I gotta tell you something. I said, what's that? Ulfie says, remember that thing with the Bruins and Secord and all that? I says, yeah, that son of a gun, he's lucky. Well, actually, I'm lucky, but anyway, he's lucky. He says, I speared him earlier in the game. And I go, oh, you son of a gun. After all these years, he says, I speared the sucker. There's no wonder you got shoved like you did. So that's a very true story, and you can look it up on Google. You can see Mike Milbury hammering the guy over the head with his own shoe. It was quite something.
Any suspensions?
Yeah, there was. What was the fella's name that used to run the suspensions for the league? Come on, guys, all the scouts. Brian, yes, exactly, yes. Brian O'Neill, yeah, we got the calls and
Well, it was actually about my 3rd game playing for the Bruins, and yeah, I got called up from the minors, came into New York. There's, you know, I've never been to New York before, cabs honking, I go, who would live here? You know, I had a terrible experience and went to the game. And it was an unbelievable game. Like, it was a really good game. But the Bruins get vilified for starting that whole thing. And I saw you at the end of the game skate all the way down the ice, and you were the instigator of the whole incident.
In hindsight, you might have a point.
And yet the Bruins got suspended. I remember there was like 6 or 7 of us, Terry O'Reilly, and the fan came down, and he punched, I saw the whole thing, he punched Stan Jonathan right in the head, and I'm going, Stan's gonna kill him. And but Stan didn't do anything. And Terry O'Reilly, he climbed that glass so quick and got up there, and
Al Secord ended up, he's an airline pilot for American Airlines.
Yeah.
Did real well.
And you hated the fact that he was on the Ulf and Anders the whole game. And
The whole team was after us. That was,
Yeah.
You guys had one big nasty hockey team.
And there was, they had like 6 of us the next day. They wanted us to take a picture. The Boston Herald, they said, don't smile. Front page was like a mugshot of all the Bruins, and I've never really talked to JD about that, but I always knew it was him.
Guilty.